Good evening to you all. Good evening. Tonight's message I'm going to read out from a piece of paper, which I wrote out this morning around about 6 o'clock. It was just right after dawn. And I was like feeling this amazing feeling of, I don't know how to describe it. It was a kind of channeling feeling. Those of you who have intuitive skills know what I mean. It was a kind of channeling feeling which I sort of felt from a very high level. I wrote it down. I wrote down exactly how I felt after I had felt that channeling going through me. Here it goes. Are you ready? Here I go. Every thought that we have is like its own entity. Your thoughts are not actually you. Your embodiment of your thoughts are completely dependent upon you. If you feel frustration and you share it with someone, you have hence expanded and stretched, exaggerated, and added to your frustration. Now, I'm not undermining the health benefits that can be derived from going to see a therapist. But therapeutic gifts don't actually change a person. They release some of the feels of anxiety. But at the same time, it causes a harboring pain which digs deeper and deeper into one's psychic. But it doesn't go past the surface, even if we manage to bring it near the surface. The benefits derived from validating oneself. When you validate yourself, you deal with anxiety differently. In my lifetime, I went from being a full hands-on parent, very involved in the care and love of my children, to being pretty much alone. Hence the idea of validating yourself. You learn how to validate yourself when you have to be alone a lot. These are my beautiful circumstances to the grace of God. That's just a bit I added in just now. Let me get back to what I wrote. I still do whatever I possibly can to inquire about my children, to take care of them within the limited capacity I have. This is a unique situation, which I am more than welcome to consider cruel, mean, unfair, extreme, unfortunate, painful, and unkind. But at the end of the day, it wasn't orchestrated by a human being. What? Wait. It might look like it was orchestrated by a human being, but as we know, looks can be deceiving. We live in the Hollywood age. We know how easy it is to manipulate a picture. We know how easy it is to take a thought and expand on that thought to the point where we manifest it into reality, and it literally looks like reality. We think that's part of us. Our thoughts are our reality. We convince ourselves. I could choose to take my situation, the anomaly of my situation, of my story, of my history, and either see it as unkind, unfortunate, enduring, incomprehensible, unfathomable, and unfair, or I could turn it around and see the silver lining. Human beings are a mixed bag. Some of us are good at adapting new information, changing an opinion when provided with new information, changing attitudes towards others when provided with new information, whilst others will stick to their opinions, behaviors, reactions until they die. I mentioned this before, the story with people waiting in line to be shot during the Holocaust. There was a group of Jews who were waiting in line, and two people who used to be friends and then they became enemies after one of them did not pay back a debt. And the enemy turns to the other person and he says to him, "I will not forgive you for the $20 I owe you." I don't know if it was dollars, because obviously the Germans don't have the American currency, but you get my drift. Whatever the currency was, he said, "I will not forgive you." It's shocking. These people knew they were about to die. They were waiting to be killed. but they were unable to give each other during these circumstances. We all process feelings differently. Some people adapt, change, modify, adhere, reevaluate, reconsider, whilst others, especially post-trauma, feel the need to stick to an opinion, a behavior, an attitude towards another person, and they will die knowing that their resolve remained unhinged, unhindered, unwavering, and emboldened in the process. As a trans person who has had to look in the mirror and say, I just can't go on denying my truth. I can't go on denying who I am. While someone else may never get it, I have to change. It's my life. The trans person sits on a unique pinnacle point, culminating and causing the culmination of so many people's intrigue and fear, curiosity and fear of curiosity, all happening subconsciously at the same time. We tend to associate with the people who we are most like. And when we are not like somebody, because they're different, especially a trans person, we tend to subconsciously distance them. And that's why I have endured in my life. This is my follow-on on this channeling. That's why I endured in my life what I have endured, and I've endured that kind of alienation process which went on after I came out with my truth. You know, a couple of days ago, I had, within my meditative state, the rabbi who alienated my children from me and died in early April appeared to me. And it wasn't the only time he appeared to me since his death. I knew he was going to appear to me after his death. And he appeared to me within a meditative state. I want to just point out that he's not come to me in the last few weeks. Rather, it's about 10 days since he's last appeared to me. Although I have been in a meditative state a couple of days ago, and I was hoping that he would reappear, but he didn't. But in his meditative state, he turned to me, this rabbi, and he said to me, you should know that you have no idea. This is what the rabbi said to me in my meditative state. This is the rabbi who died in early April. He said to me, you have no idea what I had to endure in the community. Why I had to alienate your children from you. You have no idea the pressure, the mounting pressure I faced to do it. I regret it, he said. I should have overcome what I had to face, what I had to endure, the challenge in front of me. I now know the truth, he said. I now know the truth. But you should know that I had to endure what I had to endure, and I didn't overcome the trial, the tribulation, the difficulty which I faced. As many of you know, 10 days prior to this rabbi's death, I emailed him with a warning, a stark warning from my uncle, who had died a couple of years ago. My uncle appeared to me, also in a meditative state, and he said to me, you should know that you need to send an email over. It's time to now send an email over to this Rabbi Westheim. And if he doesn't respond, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. There's going to be a korban, which is a Hebrew word for a sacrifice. There's going to be a death. And there's going to be more deaths, my uncle told me. There's going to be more deaths. So long as the people who alienated children from you don't wake up to what they did. I sent this message over to Rabbi Westheim. I didn't tell him about my uncle. I sent this message to him 10 days before his death. As you all know, he chose to ignore my message. He died. And he has since appeared to me within my meditative state. And he said to me what he said to me, and I mentioned to you before. It's a powerful reality which you get to when you are my spiritual journey. I couldn't believe I was so blessed to have all these amazing spiritual beings, spirits, effectively, come to me in my meditative state. And my uncle comes to me quite often. I had very little to do with my uncle during his lifetime, you should know. Very little to do with him. I probably spoke to him like 5 times in my entire life. And he died in my early 30s. You should know, it's powerful. It's amazing. And that's what had to be. We didn't have much of a relationship during his lifetime, because that's what was meant to be for me. Powerful stuff, beautiful stuff. My videos here on YouTube, I share diamonds, I share amazing ideas, great tips. Tips which help you along this amazing trajectory of this beautiful life of yours. You are the light. We are the light. And we project God's light. We illuminate God's light in this world. Come along with me on this amazing YouTube journey. I appreciate the time you spend watching my videos. No, I don't take it for granted. Nobody owes me anything. And I appreciate and I'm humbled by every single viewer and subscriber. Thank you. You are very, very kind. I look forward to your like button. I look forward to your subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, drop your comment in the comment section down below. I'm so grateful to the amazing commenters who commented in the last few days. So many new commenters here, so many new subscribers here. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this amazing ability to share my insights with more people, to serve you. You are ever so kind. Thank you. I am humbled. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I love you all. I love you all. You are the light. You are amazing.